You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your number one source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's Awkward After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Awkward After Show.
Hate the world today.
This is a song
What
dedicated
doesn't
to
kill
Cena.
you makes you stronger.
Okay, hello everyone and welcome to Awkward on AfterBuzz TV. It's season 3, episode 19. Oh, Karmic Relief is the name of the episode. I'm Tiana Hobson, and joining me on my panel today,
As always.
thank
you, and you're welcome. I'm Christina Zias, along with...
I'm Jason Eichler.
Jason, what is that face?
I was trying to have like an orgasm face.
Ew.
That's awkward. So let's talk
Late night.
Let's talk about tonight's episode. We're gonna start with the whole Operation Save Vag. Oops, I mean Val. Sorry, I had to. So we start the episode off with Bailey, Jenna's new bestie.
I like Bailey.
I do too.
think she's so lame.
Oh.
I'm glad you all agree with me. But go on, Tiana.
Bailey, Jenna, and Maddie are at the liquor store trying to use Maddie's fake ID. They're quizzing him on everything, you know, typical high school stuff.
Isn't that totally what you do when you have a fake ID? Though you're like, "What's your sign? What's your sign?"
100%.
Like they ever ask you when you go to a club.
Yeah.
What's your sign?
What's your sign? I've never been asked my address. I've never been asked for my sign. I've never been asked my date of birth either.
Tiana, how old are you? Do you still have a fake ID?
Maybe.
Black don't crack.
Black don't crack, baby. Anyway, so they go to the liquor store where they're like, we're not going to see. They never check IDs here. And then it's Val working behind the counter.
Very sad moment
Very
for Val.
sad.
It was like
for
some
Val.
sketchy city in the valley.
Yeah. I was trying to see the liquor store to see if I could tell which one they shot it at, but I did not see any indicators. But I want to know why Val was wearing a bulletproof vest.
So she's in the valley. If you're not from LA, the valley is a scary, scary place.
If you're not from LA, just
Cher
go watch
gets mugged in
Clueless.
Clueless.
Yeah. Just go watch Clueless, and that's the valley for you. So Val has on this bulletproof vest, which is just amazing to see her in. And then Jenna has this whole idea of, you know, she wants to help get her back her job. Val tells her basically to F off, and
She tells her exactly to F off.
exactly to F off and leave her alone. But so Jenna goes to school, tries talking to the principal about it. He's like, look, she already has a hearing for tomorrow, so we're getting ready for the hearing. Meanwhile, Jenna's mom has been fired from her nursing job.
I wish they talked a little bit more
Yeah,
about
because
that.
I didn't get why she got fired.
It was all of
She
a
didn't
sudden
get fired. So
it was
the
like just
position
that
was
Oh,
just
month.
because it was the 1 month
So
competition.
I guess
Yeah.
it's been a month since Val was fired.
Oh wow, that was fast.
It wasn't. Yeah, I guess it's been a month.
Time flies.
Time flies on television. And so she's depressed because she has to figure out what she wants to do with her life. So Jenna's trying to talk up her mom and Val at the same time, which those two
together for
I know.
together
Lethal.
lethal. But Jenna does convince her mom to go with her to try to convince Val to come to
Don't you
this
feel like that's
hearing.
totally going to be Jenna and Tamara in like 20 years though?
Them two?
That much of a mess.
No, definitely not.
Are
Oh.
Jenna
Like
and
you don't even know that anymore.
are Jenna and Tamara going to be friends in 20 years?
Yeah. Well, sorry, I'm a positive thinker.
Not sure about that.
Can we talk for a second about Val's house?
Yeah, we're going to her house
Oh, yeah.
now.
Because that was the creepiest cat
Cat
lady.
lady, yeah.
With cat lady. Cats were everywhere, but there weren't any real cats.
No.
Well, they were
Around.
hiding because they have social anxiety. Is that what she said?
No, because they sense Jenna's bad energy.
Bad
Oh, yeah.
energy.
But cat people really believe that shit.
That
Don't they?
energy.
Like cat people love their cats.
They do.
So do dog people.
Yeah, Tiana and I aren't really animal people, so it's hard for us
Dog
to relate.
people like make out with their dogs, and I just don't get that. Go find a man. I mean,
I'm obsessed with my dog, so I don't know. And I'm obsessed with like every dog I see. So I get it.
And Tiana and I are obsessed with every man we see.
Okay. And I can care less about any man I see. I'm like, not interested, but I love your pup.
Okay, so Val's a crazy cat lady. And she also has that homeless-looking serial killer boarder living with her at the time. So
That was so funny.
that was so random. He didn't say anything. He just walks in or walks out the front door and just like goes by, and everyone's like, "Who?" I thought he was a homeless man.
He
And
probably was.
It wasn't surprising to me that Val would have a homeless man.
I think she just, I think she said something along like, I had nothing else to lose, or like
Yeah.
nowhere else to go. If he kills me in my sleep, whatever.
Whatever, because I have nothing to live for. She's being very dramatic.
I think that's a good place to be, though, because there's nowhere to go but up, right?
That's true, or nowhere to go.
Or you kill yourself.
Yeah. But Lacey has decided that, she can motivate. Well, Jenna tells her that she can motivate people. But Jenna ends up having to motivate both of them to actually get up and go to this hearing. At the hearing, I think was one of my favorite. Well, Jenna makes the shirts first. She's trying to recruit people to back up Val.
First off, how could Val become veg? Like, I'm sorry, but that just is so unrealistic.
But it's so
Maybe-
funny.
It is really funny, but it's so ridiculous. And I can't believe there's not, like, maybe Val doesn't deserve to have her job back. If, like,
Probably not, though, honestly. Like,
She
I like her
doesn't.
as a person, but she's a horrible
should not
guidance
be.
counselor.
horrible, and no one wanted to vouch
And
for her.
that, like, nothing Jenna said in the essay was a lie.
no, it was all true.
Yeah, I would not. That's a horrible school district.
Yeah, and some of the examples, girls were saying, oh yeah, Val told me to, get my boobs done. Val told me
Can
to
we talk about
had someone else pee on
how
a stick. and-
inappropriate that video they were making was? When Tamara's like, I used to cut myself. And then I'm like, I can't believe they're going there.
But they won.
Yeah, but that's pretty edgy. But I mean, MTV and Awkward is going there.
Oh,
You
I
know?
mean,
yes,
the
yeah.
show started off with a suicide attempt.
That's true.
That's
So
true.
it's not really that far stretched for Awkward, I don't think.
That's true. Very racy.
Yeah, but they try to get Sadie to help, but Sadie's, I get paid. I get sponsors to pay me to tweet out stuff
I love
to
it.
my followers.
Sadie was a broke joke, and now she's a businesswoman.
I know. She's like, by giving advice to people like you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
This
You're
was
welcome.
for free.
Hashtag you're welcome. So now the trial happens, and Lacey was my favorite in this scene because everyone who's anyone watches Law and Order or some sort of lawyer show. So when you get in front of a court or jury thing, you think you know everything about the law, and so you just start spitting out random knowledge. I also do it with doctor shows like Grey's Anatomy. I watch that a lot, and I'll just be spitting out facts about, oh yeah, well you have to do this and you can die from that. So I just love that she was like, oh, I've seen every order of Law and Order, SVU, and original, and this one. So I want to be a TV lawyer. It's like, that's awesome.
It's her new
I
calling.
love how they're like, this isn't a court case. Like, it's a school hearing, but thank you.
Thank you. But she gets her point across.
She does.
Yeah.
And Sadie.
She would be a really good motivational speaker, actually.
She would, but.
Or maybe like an imaging consultant.
Image consultant.
Image consultant.
Definitely.
And I
But
love.
Sadie really saved the day.
Sadie did save the day.
Sadie always saves the day.
Even though she's a crazy girl. Or not nice girl. She still has her
biatch.
nice
Yeah.
moments. And
biatch.
one other thing, this is why this was my favorite scene ever, because Law and Order gets mentioned, and Val uses a line out of Notting Hill. You guys know
These are all
Notting Hill?
references I've never heard of.
Same.
Oh my gosh, Notting Hill, Julia Roberts.
I mean, I've heard of it.
Well,
Or anyways,
we know she doesn't have a
says-
fake ID.
She says, I'm just a girl sitting across from a board asking for my job back. And
Oh,
the
that
original
part.
line is, I'm just a girl standing in front of a boy asking him to love me. Sorry.
Good
Julia
catch.
Roberts. So-
Wow.
Good catch.
Sorry, I watch that movie all the time.
Oh.
Yeah, so I just thought that was a nice nod to Notting Hill. A nod.
We got it.
You got it? And I love that Val also totally forgot that she even helped Sadie in the first place. She's like, oh, I am a good person. I did do that.
I love how that Sadie did not want to give her any credit.
Uh-huh.
So the way she was going about telling the story was trying to leave herself out of it at all. She was like, it was all about her Aunt Allie gonna steal a little baby from someone while they were shopping. And then
So dramatic.
And then Val hooked up her crazy drunk Aunt Allie with the baby. So she didn't have to steal someone else's. And they're like, oh my God, the baby. She's like, I'm the baby.
Baby.
It was very, very Sadie-like.
I forget how much Sadie's gone through because it's really sad if you actually think about it.
Yes.
The baby was without money, her parents, and
Right.
a
Her
Her parents
housekeeper.
neglected her.
I love that she mentioned that she didn't even have a housekeeper. Poor baby. Hashtag baby problems. So ultimately, Val does get her somehow, miraculously, she gets her job back. So
But are we shocked? We knew that was going to happen. right?
Obviously, yeah. See, this is what I'm going to say. This is probably my least favorite episode so far.
Do you know
I feel
what's
like
funny?
it was so predictable.
The girl that plays Jenna, and I'm blanking on her name now,
Ashley Rickards.
tweeted that this is her favorite episode of Awkward ever.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like someone told her she had to say that.
I feel like it was an hour long, and it didn't need to be.
It didn't.
No, and
We can be honest.
Even, I mean, well, I guess we're going to get into this later on, so I'll save it, but you guys know I'm obsessed with the Asian mafia, and I was just over it.
It was just corny.
Super corny.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, speaking of tweeting out, Nikki DeLoach also tweeted out yesterday, like, to play a drinking game every time you see them awkwardly trying to cover her baby bump because it was huge.
Oh, I
during
honestly
this
didn't notice.
episode.
I didn't notice
I noticed that her
either.
blouses were bigger and flowier,
Probably
and
if
she was
you're looking
always
for
sitting
it.
down.
I noticed that
She
her
was-
boobs were huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, her boobs were huge, and she was always sitting. She wasn't really ever standing. So when you're sitting, you could hide it a little bit more. I don't know.
That's
Is that what
interesting.
happens?
I don't know. I've never been pregnant.
We should rewatch it and play a drinking
Yeah.
game.
Play
need
the drinking
excuse
game
to
if you
drink.
want, if you're over 21. And while you're at it, why don't you go into iTunes and rate us, give us 5 stars. We read your comments and your feedback every week, so let us know what you like about the show, what you don't like about the show. You can also watch us on YouTube and leave us comments there, and we'll write back
And
to
we
you.
love when you tweet us because it makes us feel good.
Yeah,
and
makes
make
us
sure
feel
you
great.
tweet us, because
And your comments too. I love
Yeah.
reading the comments, and I feel like people have such good input.
Yeah.
I want them to call
So
in and be
put
like,
it in.
"You guys are wrong." Like, her new friend's so boring. I can't even remember her name right now.
Wow. Are you telling us that we're
Bailey.
wrong?
Bailey.
I just need someone to back me up with Bailey.
Let's
'cause I'm
talk about-
No, but we just need a normal, nice girl on the show because every girl's crazy.
They are. Let's talk about the
Right?
crazy girls on the show. So we're going to talk about prom.
for crazy. Okay.
We're going to talk about prom. So Jenna's been working on her friendship with Maddie. She thinks that it's better that they're taking things slow now because her and Jake started off as friends and then it blossomed into something.
Right.
She also thinks that because she's been so good lately, which at the time I thought had only been like 3 days, but apparently
I know,
it's been a month.
Yeah.
So since she's been good lately, she thinks that Santa will bless her with, good karma.
Wait.
It's not Christmas for them, but it's Christmas for us right now.
Oh, I was
that's
like,
why.
because
Okay.
wasn't
Yeah,
it
so
St.
that's why.
Patrick's Day last week?
Okay.
We skipped a whole year. So Jake has already bought the first 2 tickets to prom, and Tamara is going crazy over a dress, and her dress shopping experience was just
She wants to point at a dress
a
and have
point at
them
a dress
pick it.
and have them pick it out in her
Tamara is
size.
such a diva.
She really is.
I feel like if she was head of the Asian mafia, like, stuff would be under
yeah.
control. They would.
It would, but then I don't know. I think the power would
Well,
go to
it's
her
so
head,
weird
because she's
'cause
already a nobody, and the power kind of
But
is in her head.
she went from
She's
super
president of
awkward
the
nobody
class.
to like owning being a nobody. You know what I mean? Like she owns it.
Yeah, she does.
She knows who she is.
Right. Before she wanted to be Miss Popular,
Yeah.
and now she's like just thinks she's queen of the world, and she's still the same person.
There's nothing wrong
She
with
just
that.
dresses a little better now.
Yeah.
And Maddie wants to know, what does it mean to ask someone to prom? Does that basically DTR? So Jenna's trying to think
That's
that
hard though, because
maybe
I'm gay, so it was just like a fun day.
it's just a fun
There's
date.
no DTR.
Jenna thinks that they're gonna RTR their relationship because he's gonna ask her to prom, which we assumed meant
Redefine the relationship.
Or RDR. Sorry, I said RTR.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They're gonna redefine their relationship at prom. But little does she know, but the audience all knew it, and if you didn't see it coming, then I don't know. Bailey,
dumb.
because I said it last week too. Bailey was going to be Maddie's new crush. But Bailey thinks that Maddie and Jenna should go together. She's a good friend.
See, this is why I didn't like Bailey. Because when they were dress shopping, she's like, so Jenna, like, this dress would look so beautiful on you. Like, I see you and Maddie, like, rekindling things. I'm sorry. I saw through that little girl. And then when they fast forwarded and they were, like, covering the vag signs, she was, like, totally giving him eye. Like, she was leading him on a little bit. You don't think?
I mean, he also undressed in front of her, and if Maddie took his shirt off in front of me, I wouldn't hide the fact that I was staring. But I'd just be like...
I feel like if she were a good friend, she would have, like, fished for Maddie a little bit, don't you? Or for Jenna a little bit. And been like, oh, like, are you and Jenna going to go to prom?
But maybe she's like, hey, this girl already cheated on him once.
Well, that's why. But then she shouldn't be fake to Jenna.
I don't think that I think that in the moment she...
I'm like, really?
Yeah,
it's okay.
I think in the moment she actually meant what she said to Jenna, and then her and Maddie had this awkward moment of, you know, where the flirtiness and the blurred line came, and she was like, oh, crap, what's happening? Like, she doesn't know that Maddie's going to ask her to prom. She thinks he's asking her.
But
like,
she wants it.
She hasn't done anything wrong yet.
Every girl wants it.
Well,
I said yet. I said yet.
You don't know how I feel, and that's that.
About that.
So what's your favorite part about Bailey?
She's pretty.
Her flowy hair.
And she's cute to look at.
She's pretty. Well, when they're leaving Val's trial, or hearing, not really a trial, Maddie drops the tickets to prom that he has bought for himself and a special someone. And of course, Jenna sees it and starts rushing through her head that, oh, he's going to ask me. And then Tamara calls her and is like, hey, I heard Maddie's telling Jake that tonight the prom asking is going to happen. Go shave and, you know, get yourself all primped and proper.
See, wait, I have another problem with this episode. And it's because Tamara and Jake talk about everything.
Yep.
So you're telling me that Maddie didn't tell Jake he wants to ask Bailey and that Jake didn't tell Tamara that?
Maybe Maddie didn't say who he was going to ask to Jake because he knows that they talk and he wanted to go talk to Jenna about it.
Or maybe when him and Jake are talking, he's telling Jake, like, yeah, I'm going to be friends with Jenna, but she cheated on me. I'm never taking her back.
Which is,
yeah,
I mean, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's too soon.
Once a cheater, always a cheater.
But then this is where my thing came into play because Jenna tells her parents how, you know, Maddie's going to come over and ask her to prom. And she already found the perfect dress and it's $750. But she only has $400 in her savings account. And I was just like, I don't remember my prom dress being $750. That just seems a little obsessive for a high school prom for me.
I remember I drove my mom insane. We went to like 3 different states. And I lived in New Jersey, so in all fairness, Pennsylvania and New York are right there. I wasn't that crazy. But like literally went to every store imaginable.
I mean,
it was bad.
I just made my mom drive me to LA because it was a big city where no one could get a dress.
I just rented a tux.
But $750 seems like a little much for a high school prom.
Especially when you're Jenna.
Yeah, who just got back
like,
on the good side of things.
She's not the girl that cares about that sort of thing.
Right.
Allegedly.
And a month ago, she was a crazy pothead who hated the world and was sleeping in the backyard because her parents had kicked her out. So just saying, my daughter wouldn't be getting a $750 dress after the year that she's had so far.
But maybe if you want your daughter to be with the good guy who like keeps her on the right track.
Well, here's the other thing. Lacey is in love with Maddie.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And she should just be dating him.
Well,
and we talked about that with Nikki when she was here.
I don't remember how did they decide to buy the dress?
Lacey pulled the money that she was saving from her nursing job out of her boob.
Oh, okay.
Out of her bra.
Out of the United States Bank of Lacey's boobs.
Exactly. What like a horrible lesson to teach your children. Like, if it's for a boy, spend all your money. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, how about you save that up or like buy something that you want, not like try to impress this guy because you cheated on him like a little slut and now you want him back.
I took the lesson as hide your money from your husband so you always have a rainy day fund.
Well, that worked out well. Everybody's got a rainy day fund.
That's how I
on their body.
Situation. On their body. I have like $1,000 in my boobs right now. But Maddie ultimately comes over and she's wearing the dress because she has it on for her mom. The zipper is stuck and she can't get out of the dress. So instead of putting on like a long robe
A
that
robe,
would cover the
duh.
whole thing,
Duh.
because she says, I don't want Maddie to think that I knew the whole time he was going to ask me, she just puts on a red hoodie, and I'm like, I can still see that you're in a prom dress. Even Maddie's like, oh, you going somewhere?
And then you hear Lacey scream down, a bar mitzvah. And it's like at 10 o'clock at night. And she's like, oh, actually, I have to go at 12. Like, they're so silly.
So silly, but ultimately Maddie's acting really awkward. Eventually tells her, hey, so, no, you're one of my best friends. Want to see if you're all right that I ask Bailey to prom.
Dun dun dun.
Okay, well, total kudos for him. Because I feel like he handled, on his part, the situation
Like an
very
adult.
He's been
well.
handling
He's
this
handled
whole
the
thing
breakup a little too
very-
well. Like
yeah.
he needs to
teenager.
go get really messed up and make some bad decisions. Right?
I think that Jenna's made enough bad decisions
For the
Yeah.
both of
both
them.
of them.
Maybe
yeah.
that's why.
Both of them.
But I think that he handled it really well. And I just feel like Jenna is obviously going to be okay. Be like, oh no, of course. Like, I love Bailey. You can
Yeah.
take her to prom. And I want so badly for her to be like, actually, I'm not comfortable with that. But I don't see that happening.
It'll be interesting to see because
But if I was him, I would be like, well, tough shit. You cheated on me. I can date whoever I want.
Yeah, but then you don't come over and ask if it's okay.
And
But I think it was more of like, I think it's more of an
Respect.
honest, like, exactly. Like, hey, I want you to know so you don't hear from anybody else that I'm asking this girl to prom.
I think it's just because, I mean, there's the girl code. Jenna and Bailey are friends now, so friends aren't supposed to date your friends' exes, even if you are the new girl in school.
Yeah.
You know, Jenna has been nothing but nice to Bailey, welcomed her to the school, a school full of rumors about her sleeping with an entire, like, basketball team or whatever it was, you know, and so I think that he came to her out of respect, just saying, like, I want to date your friend, are you okay with it? Which is a lot more than,
But she
you know,
should be okay because look at how she started dating him after dating his best friend. So she,
well, look at how Tamara started dating
yeah,
Jake.
but I mean, she can't.
But no one ever went to
she
anyone and
can't.
asked
She has no
permission.
right to get upset about it.
You know she's going to be upset.
She's
about
gonna
it.
be
Oh,
upset
yeah,
about
but
it.
she has
But
no
I think
right
she's gonna
to.
try and pretend like she's okay with it.
And she should.
Because
But I
she's gonna
feel
try
like-
and be like
The cool girl.
the cool one who's
Okay, but not for nothing. Who do you think would be more in the wrong, Maddie or Bailey?
Bailey.
Maddie.
Really? I feel like Bailey.
I think Bailey too.
Well, I think that at this point Maddie's the one pursuing, and he knows that they're friends. So I think that if you're pursuing your
but-
ex's friend,
It's a different situation because she cheated,
Yeah.
I mean,
agree.
you have to put
You know
that
what I
in
mean?
there, but it's still
and Bailey doesn't have any other friends. So to date your one friend's ex-boyfriend is more of a horrible thing for Bailey to
Right,
do.
who took you in,
Where-
who you only
yeah.
met a month ago because of her. Who you're like trying to help pick out a dress to go to prom
Yeah.
with him.
But I mean, that's the other thing. We don't know if Bailey's going to say yes or no.
That's true.
That's the thing that we
I
have.
hope she doesn't.
I would never
As
say
much
no
as
to
I
anything
dislike
Maddie
Bailey,
wanted.
I hope
mean-
she doesn't. Because then I'll start liking her and have some respect.
And have some respect.
This is obviously all about me.
I like you hating her.
Well, we'll find out what she says, I'm assuming next week, since it's to be continued. But
TBD.
let's talk
TBC.
about Christina's favorite topic on this show, the Asian Mafia.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun. So there's a coup d'etat. I don't speak French very well. Coup d'etat.
And why was it in French if it's the Asian Mafia? Am I right?
So many questions. But Ming's trying to figure out what's going on with all the Asians. She can't get in her locker. Is that her? Yeah, that was
Yeah.
her. Fred Wu's trying to woo her with magic, which see what I did there?
Yeah.
That was cute.
That was racist.
And she keeps telling him to stop with the magic stuff. But basically, there's been a sudden overthrow, and the person who she finds out from is Henry, who used to be her beard when she was secretly dating Fred Wu. But so she has to figure out what's going on. She's at the dress shop, and the old lady Asian woman, like,
That was scary.
that was really scary.
It reminded me of Pretty Little Liars, and I thought she was going to go in there and there was going to be like snakes and stuff everywhere.
I'm glad that's
No.
not what
I don't
happened.
watch Liar. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't watch
Sorry.
it either. But in the dressing room is this very kind of horny creepy young Asian guy who is
So weird.
It was
Kind
such
of
a weird
horny.
situation. He kept asking her to flash her boobs.
Yeah.
He's
and by
horny.
kept, I think he did it once, but it's
He did it
alright.
he had a couple references to it.
She's in a dressing room.
But
It's only natural.
But he tells her that she's been called into a meeting about her immediate departure from the head of the Asian mafia, and she has to report to the
Becca
school
is
at the
such-
dead of night. Ming doesn't know what time that is.
Yeah, what time is the dead of night?
They
I'd
never
say
told
3.
us what time it
Yeah,
is.
you would say 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, the dead.
I don't know. But I'm
She
not
said
going
she
to
goes
my
at
school at the
midnight.
dead at night because that's just weird.
People used to have sex at my school during the night, like on the football field.
Really?
Yeah, that was like where you went to lose your virginity
How
in high
do you
school.
On
know
the football
this?
field?
Yeah, because everyone told me. That's not where I did it. Don't worry, Mom.
So she goes, Ming goes to her meeting. Stop your side conversation. Ming goes to the meeting, and turns out Becca has been behind everything weird that's been going on with the Asian mafia lately. She's back and wants to give Ming her terms of departure. One of those conditions being that Becca gets to go to prom with Fred. Ming fights back and it's like, no, I have one more card to play, and pulls out Lil Wayne.
And I completely forgot about Lil Wayne.
I forgot about Lil Wayne too.
And he has a tattoo
He
now.
has a tattoo. He's seen it all. He's done it all.
That's who he is.
He's got a thug life. He's just living
that thug life.
That thug life.
I kind of like that Becca's back. And I kind of like that
I hate Becca.
Me too, but I do think she was a better leader of the Asian mafia.
Ming just didn't know what she
What to
was
do? Because Ming just
doing.
does it for like coffee and like.
Yeah, she did it for the superficial things. Where
That's
Becca
kinda
was
how I would
running
do
an
it.
empire.
Yeah. I respect Becca's leadership more.
Yeah, I agree.
Even though it's a little harsh at times. Ultimately, they come down to the decision that Wayne will go back over to Becca's side, but Becca has to leave Fred and Ming alone and let them be together. And Lil Wayne gets weekends and 2 sick days a month, which Becca was not happy about at first. Because apparently Asians don't
She
get
goes,
sick.
we don't get sick.
At least good for Ming for negotiating
Yeah.
for herself
Yeah.
and for standing up to Becca, because she never would have done that before.
She did one
Except
thing
she did
right.
punch her before, so maybe
Oh,
she,
yeah.
so maybe
did a
she
couple
did.
That was when she snapped, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's the whole issue with, Ming only got 1 ticket for prom. So they're going to prom the ghetto way, which is Ming goes in first and then she's going to go let him in somewhere else. Can't you ask your parents for money for another ticket to prom? Or
That is really funny.
That's
This
really-
episode's so weird.
I didn't like the Asian Mafia part of
It
this
seemed like
episode.
the Asian Mafia has always been like comic relief almost.
Yeah.
Right.
And it shouldn't be that much of the story because it's like too much.
Totally agreed. I think that's what the issue was. It was a third of the episode.
Yeah.
And it just is like the funny side note.
And it was
Yeah.
way over the top with everything. Even Fred, being held captive. It was very melodramatic, soap opera
Yeah.
style, which the Asian Mafia always has been. But tonight it just seemed like extra.
totally.
It seemed like, because Awkward is like, their thing is like, it's realistic.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like the relationships are very high school. And this just made it seem like this is a TV show you're watching and it's meant to be funny. Like, I didn't
Right.
buy it.
Yeah, I didn't buy any of it. But I'm happy that Ming and Fred get to be together. But notice that Becca said she won't actively try to mess with them anymore. So
Right.
what does her inactively trying to mess with them
She's
mean?
praying to the gods.
Oh, yeah, she's praying to the gods.
Duh.
Every night that they destroy both of them.
Both of them. So
Which, to be honest with you, I mean, as much as I'm happy for their love together, Fred and Ming, I feel like I'm over him. She could find someone new.
he's kind of corny.
He's kind of so corny.
He's very corny.
But look who we're dealing with.
Okay, let's just
I
go
just
to
want her
it.
to find like some like real bad boy. Like,
I want her to date the guy from the from the dressing room.
really?
Yeah, I think he was cute and that he was like secretive
And creepy. And he kept saying, show me your boobs.
relationships have started over worse things.
I want to say an interracial
Tiana
relationship. I want her to be with the black man. I feel like there's no black men at Palos Verdes. Have any of you
aren't.
noticed that?
Yeah. I definitely have noticed that. There was one for a little while.
When?
Jenna was his friend for a minute, and then he disappeared. I think it was season 2.
2? Okay, not this season.
What if she
Not
turned
this
lesbian?
All right, let's just talk about predictions.
Okay, maybe that'll be my prediction.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
So I want to see Ming with the secretive, scary Asian boy. Christina wants to see Ming with a black boy. I'm sure her parents would hate that.
But I would love
And I want to see her with a black girl.
And Jason wants to see her with a black girl. So her parents would double hate her.
Yeah.
What else do we want to see? I want to see Bailey say no to Maddie. Even though it would devastate Maddie a little
I want
bit.
Colin to come back because I miss him.
I miss Colin too.
Oh, you didn't get to see the previews for next week.
No, I didn't.
He comes back.
He comes back.
Yay!
I'm
He's in
really
next
excited
week's
about that.
episode.
And I kind of want to see him and Jenna give it another shot.
I kind of do too. I'm not going to lie.
Right?
See, you want what you can't have.
I kind of.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, I kind of want to see them try things out again. I thought about that.
And
when
I want
was
to see
watching
more
it.
of Sadie's relationship.
Oh, Sadie thinks that
Likewise.
she's in love with something
Austin.
and with Austin.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that.
I feel like Colin started out so high in our books and then like had such a deep low. And I would love to have him come back and like really kind of apologize
Because if Jenna
for his
can recover,
actions.
why can't Colin?
Right, exactly.
Here was the thing though, Colin wasn't acting like he did anything wrong at first. So maybe the next week when we see him again,
He's
he
sorry.
will be sorry and fess up to the things that he did
Maybe
wrong
he
in
was
the
still on
relationship,
ecstasy.
too. I mean, that
he
should
took a lot. Yeah.
linger a little bit sometimes, you know?
I think that what's going to happen is Bailey's going to say no to Maddie, and then he's going to be upset, but be over both Bailey and Jenna. And then he's going to try and get Jenna back. And then Colin's going to come back into the picture, and she's going to be like, I'm over Maddie again.
Oh my God.
Over again?
Yeah.
And this whole thing's going to happen.
Yeah.
And then they're going to go off.
Here's
they're going
what
to have
I
another
think.
threesome.
Yeah. Here's what I think. Maddie needs to take a chill pill on the dating thing for a little bit. He needs to just sit back and rediscover who he is
But
without
he's
a
kind of always
girlfriend.
been a serial dater.
Yeah, but he needs to. That's why
Serial
he needs to
monogamous.
just not be in a relationship for a little while.
I think same with Jenna. She needs some
Yeah.
serious time to figure out who she is, and she doesn't need a man to make
She's
her
like
happy.
a little bit of
maybe
a
she
makeout
needs a
slut.
woman.
Oh.
Maybe Jenna and Ming should get together.
Oh, yeah.
I hate that idea. I hate that.
Let us know what you guys think about the whole Ming lesbian triangle scenario. Make sure you
Put it
tweet
out
us.
there in the universe.
Put it out there in the universe, and maybe it will come forth.
No, threesome between Jenna, Maddie, and Bailey. That I'd be happy with.
You can follow
Too
me
many
on
girls.
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at the Tiana Hobson. Where can they find you?
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Miss Zias.
And you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Jason Eichler.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And next week is the season finale. So
Woo!
sad days, but we'll see you then.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
You're welcome.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.